Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about all things Meg the Stallion yet again. So, Meg the Stallion dropped a Fashion Nova line. She also dropped her debut album, which is called Good News. And there has been a lot of drama circling around both. Now, in her Fashion Nova line that she dropped, there are black designers coming forward who her team personally reached out to, who she or her team or somebody stole their designs and used them in her Fashion Nova line. And then you have people talking about the whole Good News album, and they are giving their reviews on how they feel about it. And they're also giving their reviews on how they feel about the song Shots Fired. Now, before we get into the album and the diss track against Kelsey and Tory Lanez, we're going to talk about this Fashion Nova line, and then we're going to get into that. So, like I said, she dropped this Fashion Nova line, and she teamed up with them to drop a collection. Now, there is a designer by the name of Azia. Azia came forward because she felt like Meg the Stallion and Fashion Nova stole her design, and she didn't appreciate not getting credited or any type of compensation for it. She first started out with a post where she showed her design that she has and then Fashion Nova's design that they have with Meg the Stallion. And she felt like it was kind of odd that they used that design, being that Meg the Stallion's team specifically hit her up to pull that dress. Now, had they just used that dress and people would have been just feeling like, okay, well, the design isn't really that hard to construct or whatever. So, but being that they specifically hit her up and asked to pull that specific dress and then use that specific design in the collection, the designer felt some type of way about it. And she felt like, Meg the Stallion's whole spill about black women being unprotected was BS, because she is out here stealing from black women. And this is what the designer had to say. I'm going to break this down real simple. My dress was stolen and used in this Meg fashion collab. Was I told? No. Was I compensated? No. Crazy thing is, her team actually requested this dress for a pull for her. Her and her team are completely aware of my brand, and this was approved by her. I'm very much so taken aback by the lack of respect for another black woman. There's this tired narrative that the black woman is so disrespected, but we do it to each other. The authenticity of the matter has no value when it's not applied to all ends of the spectrum. I get stepped on because I'm a quote-unquote nobody. But this issue would not have happened to Rihanna Fenty, because there's a level of respect. Taking food out of my child's mouth is okay because I'm not on the same level, LOL. Y'all are a joke. So she's speaking to the people who feel like, because she's Meg, it's okay and anybody beneath should be happy and appreciative. But we got to get out of this mentality where people think that because a person is a celebrity that they're better than somebody or that their merit outweighs somebody else. Like, if you steal a design from somebody, that's not okay, especially if you personally, because there's one thing about doing things unknowingly. Like, as a designer and as a creative, I'm a person, I design clothes myself as well. So it's not bizarre that one creative could come up with a similar design, and you not be aware of the other person. It's just, it can happen. But the fact that they personally reached out to her, I can see where she feels slighted and where she feels some type of way about it. Like, I can see where she's like, yo, like, you personally, like, your team personally came to me and tried to scout this specific design for a pull.
So my last post is about some Fashion Nova and Megan Thee Stallion collection. And the thing is, for me, it's like, I've met you. You know my brand. You're aware of my shit. So when you seen that dress, you approved it. And that's the foul part to me, because there's this narrative that's like, black women, we're the most unprotected, and woo, woman empowerment, we have to help each other. But all that shit goes out the window when it comes down to people wanting to get money. Very much so inauthentic, very much so fake. And I get me and other designers that have also been, had their stuff stolen, we get the short end of the stick. It's so tired, and I'm really tired of even doing this, but I have to say something and have to speak up, because you're not finna disrespect me and think that we're gonna be okay.
I've had this situation happen to me with Misguided, and we talked about it and we squashed it and we moved forward and we're making things happen from there. There's always the other side to it, but when it doesn't happen is the issue for me. People don't pay you attention when you, can you, no, a lot of times people don't pay that no mind. Even if this doesn't get paid no mind, that's still okay. But I'm just saying, like, of course I could forgive the scenario and move forward about it. But there needs to be credits. There needs to be something in return for not just me. I'm not the only person that they stole from. You know what I mean? Like, the person that they stole from, not to mention what I already said. These tired ass conversations about supporting black women and we need to protect each other and woo 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 woo, but in a lot of ways we don't even do that to our own sister standing right next to us, unless, especially when money is involved. People lose their mind over money. So that's just that.
Okay, so that's what the designer Azia had to say about it. She felt like Meg the Stallion's women empowerment, black women are unprotected, was very much BS because she's stealing from the very black woman that she's trying to use this moment about. So she took to her Instagram, and before she had did that video, like I said, she had shared her design, how her design looks versus the design on Fashion Nova. She showed a message from somebody from Meg's team, and it says, hey, I'm working with Meg the Stallion's team now. I wanted to know if we could pull some things for Megan for press. And then so the woman, Azia, replied and said, hi, I'm sorry, I don't have your number saved. Who is this? Also, what pieces? So they told her who it was. So she said, oh, hi, sorry, haha, what pieces and for when? And then they said, it's okay, let me get the details. I want to see if you have her sizes. So they showed the dress that Meg the Stallion has in her collection, and they showed that that is the dress that they wanted. It says, hey, Megan has an event she's attending tonight in LA. I wanted to see if we could pull from you for tonight's event. So they wanted to pull this specific dress from her. Now, had they never reached out to this girl, then it would have been different. And then people could have said, well, hey, your dress isn't really original as they're claiming in the comments. But the fact that they specifically reached out to her to pull this specific dress and then had that specific dress in her collection, that's kind of shady, because Megan, although maybe she's not designing per se some of the pieces, at the end of the day, if it's her collection, she has to approve of it. And I'm pretty sure she's knowledgeable of what dresses her team is trying to pull to her. I'm sure they're running it by her like, okay, what you think about this dress? We gonna pull this. I'm sure they running these things by her,
And you can't deny that they got the inspo from her. They even got the gloves down to the way that the boots are styled. They got everything to a T. The only thing that the Azia lady, her design doesn't have a cowboy hat. But, it's one thing to say, oh, that design isn't original, blah, 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 blah. But the fact that she has gloves on her model and she styled it with gloves, and then they also styled theirs with gloves too in the same type of boots. I mean, it's pretty clear as day where they got their inspo from, period.
And the woman Azia, she had to clap back at the people, because people start coming to her and was like, oh, your dress isn't original. You didn't think about that dress. You weren't the original creator of it. Whoopty, 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 whoop. And so Azia had came forward and replied, like, first of all, could this have been created before? Yes, but the fact that she specifically came to me, current day, for this specific dress, and then it's in her collection, that's where I got a problem with. Like, that's where the problem lies. So I'm going to show you guys that video, and then I'm going to show you the other black designer whom Meg the Stallion and Fashion Nova stole from as well, who also had a problem with their design being stolen.
What some people fail to realize here is that I don't think I'm an inventor. I don't think I invented this design. I don't think I've invented anything, honestly. You can't really invent a sleeve or any of that stuff. But the thing is that as a creative, you know, your mind can wander and you could come up with something and it may have already been done before. I'm not claiming to be the first person to do it. What I am saying is that the person that they decided to take it from in this situation was hit me up and then take my shit. That's the issue for me. If they wanted it from the niggas in the 90s that made it, they should have got it from the niggas in the 90s and they should have hit up with the Ozia in the 2000s. I'm officially done talking about this. I said what I said. It's done. Feel how you want to feel. You don't have to agree. Thank you for all the people that have showed me support through this situation. You guys are fabulous, amazing, and I love you. And that's that.
Oh, it just is what it is. So there is another Black designer who also called out Meg Thee Stallion and Fashion Nova for stealing their design as well. So the other designer's name is Shop Sonya B. So Shop Sonya B has a signature dress that it ties up top, has long sleeves, and kind of like hangs off the body. So Shop Sonya Bees have posted a post and they're like shaking my head. And it says, that big old freak set looks a lot like our signature Denise skirt set from our 10-year anniversary collection. I would tag Fashion Nova, but they have us blocked at Meg Thee Stallion or at The Stallion. You know, and they added Meg because they were like, sis, like, this is our design. Like, how are y'all stealing our design for your collection? And then they like, you know, I would tag them, but you know, they got us blocked. You know, obviously aware of them. And they called out Fashion Nova and Meg Thee Stallion as well. And they also took to their Instagram story to share several people who were kind of disappointed in them stealing from them also. So I want to know what you guys think about that. What do you guys think about the Black designers coming forward saying that Meg Thee Stallion stole from them in her collection? Now, other people will be like, well, you know, she didn't design the stuff, or these people are aware of the stuff that they're approving and they're aware of certain things. Now, in the second one, Shop Sonya Bees, maybe she wasn't aware of their design. But her team was fully aware of the first woman's design because they specifically reached out to her for that specific dress. So let me know what y'all think about that. And let's move on to her album. Now, as I stated in the beginning, she dropped the album called Good News. And this album has been circulating a lot of bad news and good news and messy drama. Now, her first song in her debut, like this is her debut to the world. This is her debut album. Now she's dropped freestyles and stuff like that, but this is her first debut album, and her first debut on her album is addressing the Tory Lanez and her situation and throwing shots at Tory and her best friend. Okay, so I'm going to try to read through some of these lyrics. This is her first song in the album, and it says, imagine ends lying about shooting a real B just to save face for rapper ends you chill with. Imagine me giving a F it was your effing birthday. F you. You and your feelings, I just thought it was another Thursday. Now imagine me cock blocking ends on some dirty dry-ish. What? It says, I don't want you on the bench. Believe you wouldn't have been invited. And if it weren't for me, same week you would have been indicted. But my whole thing is like,
actually, I'm going to save what I feel about the record and I'm going to just go more in detail in a separate video. But for now, let me know what you guys think about the designer calling her out and saying that she stole the designs. And what do you think about this situation overall? If you want to be at the end of my video breakdown of me breaking down the lyrics of her song, send me a DM right away and send me a voice memo to give me your thoughts on her song, Shots Fired. I already recorded my reaction, but I wanted to add a couple more voice notes. If you watch this video after today, don't send me a voice memo because I would have already posted the video. But if you watch this video within an hour or two of me posting this one, then, and you want to be included, send me a voice memo. If you see this video after today, don't send me a voice memo. Got it? Good. All right. See you guys on the next video. Peace.